The San Francisco 49ers are no strangers to headlines, drama, and speculation. Over the past few years, this franchise has lived in the spotlight of the NFL, whether it's because of their dominant defense, their quarterback situations, or their relentless chase for another Lombardi trophy. But lately, one name has dominated every conversation around the 49ers offense: Christian McCaffrey. The star running back, known for his unique ability to completely transform a game, has once again become the center of attention. Not for his electrifying playmaking this time, but because of growing chatter about his health and whether he might be at risk of an injury that could derail San Francisco's season. And then, in classic McCaffrey fashion, he shut it all down with confidence, swagger, and a statement that sent shockwaves through both fans and analysts across the league. Tonight, we're diving deep into this story, unpacking what happened, why it matters, and what it tells us about McCaffrey, the 49ers, and their future heading into one of the most important NFL seasons in recent memory. Let's rewind for a second and put this into perspective. Christian McCaffrey has never been just another running back. Ever since his days at Stanford, people knew he was different. He wasn't just fast, he was quick in ways that made defenders look like they were standing still. He wasn't just strong, he had balance and body control that allowed him to slip out of tackles with ease. And above all, he was versatile. He could line up in the backfield, motion out as a wide receiver, and catch passes like a top-tier slot guy. When the Carolina Panthers drafted him, the league quickly realized they had a Swiss Army knife in their hands. But with that workload came the wear and tear. Injuries in Carolina limited him in multiple seasons, and suddenly people began whispering, could McCaffrey's body handle being a workhorse? Was he destined to be one of those incredible talents that just never stays on the field long enough to truly change a franchise? Fast forward to his trade to the 49ers, and those whispers didn't just follow him, they got louder. San Francisco gave up a haul of draft picks to acquire him, betting that his presence would elevate their offense to unstoppable heights. Some critics said it was too risky, pointing directly to his injury history. But Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, and the 49ers leadership were firm in their belief. When healthy, McCaffrey is the most dangerous weapon in football. And with their system, they believed they could keep him fresh and maximize his talent. And they weren't wrong. Since arriving in San Francisco, McCaffrey has been nothing short of spectacular. He has turned the 49ers offense into a machine that can beat you in every way possible. Running between the tackles, bouncing outside, catching screens, lining up out wide, it doesn't matter. He has been the X factor. But as every 49ers fan knows, the dark cloud always looms. Anytime McCaffrey tweaks something in practice, anytime he slows up after a big run, social media erupts with speculation. Is he hurt? Will he miss time? Can he make it through a 17-game season and a grueling playoff run? And that's exactly what sparked the latest wave of concern. Recently, rumors swirled about whether McCaffrey might be dealing with an injury, or if his workload was too heavy for him to sustain elite production. Analysts began debating it on TV shows, headlines started circulating online, and fans, especially those scarred by seeing stars go down in past seasons, held their breath. Then came the moment that flipped the story upside down. McCaffrey himself stepped forward and addressed the concern head-on. He didn't dodge it, didn't leave it up to team doctors or coaches to spin the narrative. Instead, he shut it down directly. With calm confidence, he said he was perfectly fine, that the noise about his body breaking down was nothing but outside chatter, and that he was fully ready to carry the load for the 49ers this season. For fans, it was the exact reassurance they needed. For teammates, it was a reminder that their leader in the backfield wasn't about to let doubts creep into the locker room. And for critics, it was another sign that McCaffrey thrives under pressure and isn't fazed by narratives questioning his durability. But here's where this story gets even more fascinating, because McCaffrey's response didn't just shut down injury concerns, it reignited a bigger conversation about what makes him so special. Think about it. The NFL is filled with talented players, but very few are able to combine elite performance with the mental toughness to consistently block out the noise. McCaffrey isn't just brushing off rumors. He's proving every single week that he's built differently. When he suits up for the 49ers, he's not playing scared. He's not running cautiously. He's attacking every snap like it could be the one that changes the game. And that's exactly what makes him such a nightmare for opposing defenses. Now let's talk about the ripple effect this has on the 49ers as a whole. San Francisco's identity under Shanahan has always been about physicality, creativity, and balance. Their offensive system thrives when they can establish the run and then use play action, motion, and mismatches to keep defenses guessing. With McCaffrey healthy and confident, that system becomes almost unstoppable. Defenses stack the box to stop him, and suddenly Deebo Samuel is breaking loose on a jet sweep, George Kittle is wide open down the seam, or Brandon Ayuk is torching single coverage deep. McCaffrey's presence doesn't just give you yards, it dictates how the defense lines up on every single snap. Without him, the 49ers are still good. With him, they're great. Fans know this, and that's why the injury speculation hits so hard. The thought of losing McCaffrey feels like a nightmare scenario, not just because of his production, but because of how much he changes the game plan for everyone else. But his reassurance has brought a wave of optimism back to the faithful. You can feel it in the fan base right now, excitement, belief, and a sense that this might finally be the year the 49ers break through and bring another championship back to the Bay. And let's be honest, they're due. This roster has been one of the most talented in football for years, but injuries and heartbreak have stood in their way. If McCaffrey stays healthy, if Brock Purdy continues to evolve, and if this defense stays dominant, who's really going to stop them? It's also worth mentioning how McCaffrey's mindset plays into leadership. This is not just about him running the ball. It's about setting a tone for the entire locker room. When the best players embrace toughness, accountability, and resilience, it spreads. Younger guys on the roster look at McCaffrey and see what it takes to be elite. Veterans rally around his confidence. And Shanahan knows he can trust his star to deliver no matter the situation. That's a powerful dynamic. Of course, the NFL season is long, brutal, and unpredictable. Every fan knows things can change in a single play. But for now, McCaffrey's clear message has silenced the doubters, at least temporarily, and reminded everyone why the 49ers went all in to get him. And if you're a fan watching this, let me tell you, you should be fired up. This isn't just another running back brushing off rumors. This is a superstar, one of the best weapons in the league, standing tall and declaring he's ready to lead his team to the promised land. And that's the kind of storyline that makes football so electric. Drama, speculation, and then boom, confidence, reassurance, and a renewed sense of hope. Christian McCaffrey isn't just shutting down concerns, he's rewriting the narrative of his career in real time. From injury-prone to unshakable leader, from risky trade to team-changing superstar. The only question left is, how far can he take the 49ers this season? So to every member of the faithful watching right now, let me ask you, do you believe this is the year? Do you believe Christian McCaffrey's confidence will carry over into the postseason, where the 49ers have faced heartbreak time and again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is a conversation that every fan needs to be part of. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're going to be covering every twist, turn, and headline of this 49ers season as it unfolds. Whether you love him, doubt him, or just respect his game, one thing is undeniable. Christian McCaffrey has once again proven that he's not backing down from anyone or anything, not defenders, not critics, and definitely not injury concerns. The stage is set, the faithful are ready, and the NFL better be on notice. Because when number 23 is locked in, healthy, and determined, the San Francisco 49ers are a different beast altogether. And remember, this is just the beginning of what promises to be one of the most exciting seasons in recent memory. Buckle up, because if McCaffrey's words are anything to go by, the ride is only just getting started.